That's a nice fluffy tail you have there on your lap, Bobby.
Yeah, this is my friend. Here he is. Say hello.
You want to show Biz? Biz is way less camera shy than Pepsi.
In fact, he loves screens. So we got him a game on the iPad that's got mice on it, and they chase it.
Yeah. They would like to catch the mice, and it makes the noise, and like we put that on the TV sometimes for Pepsi, and she's like trying to find out where the noise is coming from. She doesn't attack it really quickly. She just stares at it forever, and then eventually tries to check it out. But she looks a lot behind the TV to see where the hell did the mice go.
Yeah. So Katie put it on her phone as well. And he just batted the phone around. He was like, "Where's that? Where are they?"
That sounds like something they would do. Yes, indeed.
But now he's screen
listening. He's a beautiful, nice one of those orange and white cats.
Super beautiful. He's ginger. He's a ginger boy.
You were saying something?
Yeah, he's just screen obsessed now though, because now he thinks that game's on everything. To the point where a few weeks ago I was watching AEW. On there, and I've got a picture of just his paw on Scorpio Sky's arse where he was trying to
just touch it. What is the voice coming from? Sounds like a rat. Oh, it's just Sammy Guevara. You look with a different tone of face or tone of skin. Getting a lot of sun. My man just went to Spain, spent his entire bank holiday in Spain.
I did. It was lovely. Right. The sun was out for most of it. First day was a bit miserable, but then the sun came out. And yesterday you fell asleep on a beach. It was lovely. Sent you a picture.
You did.
And
you like that.
Just of the beach, not of the sleeping. That would be weird.
Yes, thank you. Gladly. Yeah, so like while you were in Spain getting some sun, I actually, last time we talked here, I talked about like finding out about like these shows, YouTube shows that people like playing D&D, and I'm like getting obsessed with it. And truth is, in the past 2 weeks, I've actually seen the entire season of Fantasy High, one of the one that I found out, the first season from Dimension 20 that Bernard Mulligan runs, and I am all in. David Francisco, tough guy, you know, slap you really hard. David Francisco has multi sides, you know. We're multi, what's the word? Multi-dimensional, you know. One day I'm knocking Matt Kurt out with the palm of my hand. The other day, I'm chilling in the kitchen, cooking and listening to people pretend to be goblins and wizards and mages. It was so fun. It made me cry. The thing is, like, it's a great story, right? It's great storytelling, and it actually made me cry. And it's a shame that you're not into it, Bobby, because I want to see you sob.
I've got 2 points on this. One,
do them while I need to. I'm just gonna leave this in. I don't care. I need to put my charger on the computer, so I'm gonna fill up the area for 2 minutes. Go ahead.
The first one was I walked into
our office. Just right here. I thought I had to go get it, but it's actually like it's just a 20-second process. I didn't. I'm gonna just like. There you go. It's done. You didn't have to fill it up. There you go. It's just good because that way people don't have to hear whatever you're gonna say. Hi everyone. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
You're such a freak. I walked into our office while you were the purpose office, if you will, while you were editing some content for the company. Well, I thought you were editing content. I come in, and on your computer screen is some people playing D&D. So
yes, I was hard at work with other stuff, but while I don't know, I was just like sometimes when I'm doing other stuff, I just like to be listening to something, just have a show in the background. Sometimes I have my own shows in the background just to check what, like, just the content and stuff that I want to do and need to do. But I've been obsessed with this. I've been like hyper focusing on this. It's ridiculous. All the other stuff that my South Park viewing has stopped. You know, haven't gone to South Park in a while.
You're so close to catching up.
Yes, and I want to like finish it, right? But this took priority now. Until I finish everything related to the one campaign that I saw, I'm gonna continue this. And this episode is like 90 minutes, you know, which makes me think. I wonder if you know where I'm going with this, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So I wonder if we can make it work where once a month I get together with people that are both like wrestlers but have some interest in like D&DS games, and we play something similar, but instead of being like magic and rogues and whatever, is like high flyers and powerhouses, and you know, it's like it's the same dynamic, but it's wrestling ability and wrestling moves and stuff, as opposed to be still with like using that in the context of a campaign, an adventure. Yeah, there it is. It's brewing in the back of my mind. But I said it here first publicly so that if anyone takes the idea, then we all know that I had the idea first. Unless it's done already. If it's done already, then I didn't hear it. It's creative parallel. Or parallel creativity, sorry.
There is a certain zesty wrestler who has 20-sided die merch.
Ooh, I want to call her right now.
Yeah,
like,
do it.
I had an idea. Let's do this. I had an idea. Oh.
She's got merch 20-sided dies on it, so she must be a fan.
And did I talk last week about my obsession with dice? It's the one thing. I don't have a dice collection, but it's the one thing that I've ever collected. I'll likely have the dice collection at home. The one thing that I've collected is dice. At home is in Portugal, right? In the home that I grew in. The one thing that I've had of a collection is dice. And if I if I keep going down this rabbit hole, there's a lot of money that's going to be spent on really cool dice. Or really cool die, which I don't get how the plural of dice is die, but here we are.
Me either. A couple of Big Purpose fans, at least one of them's a dungeon master. I know that, so he may be worth talking to.
I do not envy the role, being a dungeon master. But so here's the another thing as well. I think it's also been very interesting and fun because the people that I'm watching playing are actors, improvisers, comedians, storytellers. So like they have certain their skills, the skills that they have for work are just being used in a different context, but that are also fit. I'm pretty sure that not every game, like the game itself, is not fun just for the game itself. You know what I mean? It's gonna be There's a certain element of how entertaining you are playing the game that is making me enjoy watching these people play the game very much. But
I can think of a handful of the Purpose roster who would be great to watch play something like that.
I can want to see. Go ahead.
I can imagine you, Clementine, obviously, Mad Kurt, the OJMO, like.
I was going to say that more than that, I want to see the people that wouldn't have any interest in playing it, like going to it and just completely destroying the game. See how long, the winner is the one that endures it the most. Put in front of them the geekiest dungeon master and see which one of them endures it the most. I don't know, Bobby. I don't know.
Why am I now thinking of Jordan Breaks and Nico Angelo?
Yes. They would love you. You don't know. But actually, Jordan might be, Jordan is a big, like, pop culture guy. I have unreleased videos when I was going to launch Purpose of, which is like a few promos that I recorded with a few wrestlers, like, on location in London. Eventually, I changed strategy a little bit, so, like, those promos did not make sense anymore in the strategy that we had. But the one that, so basically, like, we went to places, right? I recorded in Chiswick, Riverside, obviously. And we went to places that would kind of make sense for the wrestlers that we were recording promos with to like, kind of like give their manifesto, put it that way. And Jordan, we did it at Forbidden Planet, right in front of Forbidden Planet.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It proves that I don't know Jordan Breaks as well as maybe I should.
Yeah.
Talk at Purpose. Straight in with the work.
Yeah, but then to be fair, like, setup is tight. We need to be focused on what we're doing. We don't have a lot of time. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the David Francisco podcast. I'm David Francisco. With me, Bobby Davis, to be someone that I talk with, so that I'm not just here talking to myself on this microphone. I got a lot of great feedback from the episode last week. I want to thank everyone who sent me a message and just in general gave me feedback on it. And apparently a lot of people listen to the podcast, more than I expected, and which is pretty cool. and they all enjoyed how there was a lot of people excited with the fact that I discovered Dimension 20, the YouTube channel, and the rabbit hole this is going to take me on, you know. And there's probably a lot more people excited about the conversation that we just had, you know. And maybe, who knows, one day we'll get Bobby playing, although you're clearly being facetious, right? You're already presuming you're not gonna like it. You're already like, nah. There's a certain level of geekiness, you know. What will they think of me if I do it, right?
Oh, no. I mean, I'm a wrestling fan. I already don't care what people think of me.
Wrestling is cool again, apparently.
Yeah, well, we've definitely got some Purpose fans who had gone off wrestling since they were kids, who are now back in, and Purpose is their thing and loving it. So that's good to hear.
What can I say? Besides, I'm really good at my job, Bobby. That's gonna have to be that's gonna be a t-shirt one day. I'm gonna get that sentence over, and that's gonna be a t-shirt one day.
I've heard you say that so many times.
Because it's true, you know. I only speak the truth, and I'm really good at my job. In fact, my job, in your job in a way, led us both to Wales 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
We were both there for the debut of Creation Pro, not the debut, my debut in Wales. It was the second show of Creation Pro Wrestling. This show is going to be on YouTube on Sunday, I believe. So it's in like this Sunday. And Bobby was there. How was like your experience of actually like being part of, you were doing a job very similar to the one you were doing at Purpose. Tell us about your entire day going there and being involved in another wrestling show, and your expectations you had going there compared to how things actually were. Were you scared? Huh?
No. Well, I've done sound a million times at stand-up comedy and music sound. Music's obviously a lot harder. So went up with the ring. The promoter, do we say who the promoter is? It's Billy Hayes.
Yeah, it's public. I'm pretty sure it's like everyone knows it's public.
Billy Hayes, I was talking to him, asked if he needed any more help, but he said at the first show, sound was a bit higgledy-piggledy. No one really knew what they were doing. No one had time for it. And I was like, well, this is what I do at Purpose. Do you want me to come? And he's like, yes. So I hopped in the van with Ollie Peace and Mark True. Good journey across. Set up some sound for a good old wrestling show. Nice venue. The sound worked quite well in there. Nice space.
Bobby, it's okay for you to say you're really good at your job. You don't have to beat around the bush. All right.
Yeah, okay. I mean, the sound was fucking spot on, considering the. I bit like had to position speakers myself and find a good place for them. It came out well. It came out very well.
Good. Well done. Here, a pat on the back.
Woo! But yeah, my first show aside from photography, which is a bit different of anything other than Purpose, but it was a good experience, good people. I knew some people, I didn't know some others. So it was nice to meet some new people in the circle. But a few familiar faces were there, Billy Hayes specifically. So, had someone good to work with, someone to bounce off that would.
You and Billy really connect. They had so much in common. There's like your geekinesses are similar. You were both from South London, grew up there, right? It's just like you guys just like click a lot, and he's welcome.
He's a very good lad. I like him a lot.
The scene in Wales is also thriving. Like you got to see a lot of people there from Wales and from the scene there, and more wrestlers that you got to see live that maybe you haven't seen before.
Yes,
it was so good. Really fun show. Billy's doing a great job there, and I really appreciate everyone that came down to see. I was in a really wacky match. It was a jumpers for ring posts match. Yes, it does sound like jumper for what's the goalposts? Jumpers for goalposts. It's the same concept, kinda. We all went out there. I went out there with a song. You asked me on the day if I knew what the song that the non-captains came out to, which was Match of the Day. The reason why I knew that was the song is because I was told, and I know what Match of the Day is. I never actually heard the song before, right? And it is ridiculous. Like I wasn't expecting to listen to the 1992 version of Match of the Day song, but here we are.
They haven't changed it. They tried to change it about 10 years ago, and everyone went mental. So I just had to go back.
That is surprising. I am not expecting at all that this country, especially when it comes to football, you change something that is completely irrelevant to make it better, to make it fashionable. And people go, no, I want my football the way it was before. Like in my day, we could get drunk before the games and we would fight. Anyways, I am not, what's the word? Like imposing one of these over the other. I'm not doing that. There's no correlation here, right? It was just funny.
It's true.
Just funny to project things like that. But I am so surprised that the country decided to really not like a change. What a surprise, baby. It didn't fit the rest of the aesthetics of the show, It's just like trying to make something cool. It did because of the concept, obviously, right? And everyone knows the song. It's a pop culture thing. And I got nothing. It sounds like I got something against the song. I got nothing against the song, right? Like I'm fine, right? It was funny. Then captains Michael Oko and Brendan White picked their teams. I was the first to be picked because I'm Portuguese, which is a little bit xenophobic. Like, oh, Cristiano Ronaldo is Portuguese. That means that all Portuguese people play football well. Fine. Like, he got me picked. Sure. I would be a first draft pick anyways, first round pick. And then the teams were picked. And the odd one out, Men Like Bino was the referee, because that's apparently what happens when you have an odd one out, when you're playing football with jumpers for ring posts. And he didn't want to, it was a very impartial referee. He didn't want to count the pin, so we made him. We made him count the pin. He was forced to do it, and we won justifiably. It was like an insane match. And I had the very nice opportunity of bullying Sapphire Reed, which sounds like something that I'll be doing a lot in the future, and I appreciated it. I hope her eyes are better now, and her back is still stinging from the chop I gave her.
I think I was going to say she was the other first round pick, wasn't she? So you've done something right.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was a very fun match. So people who are interested ended up being Michael Oko, Sapphire Reed, Mark Drew, and Splits McPins, who I had one of my first matches here in this country years ago at a tryout at a company who's, we're not going to mention it apparently, I don't know. IPWK, I don't care. And I don't care. About the name of the companies. I obviously care about what happened to people running them, and what happened with people running them. And their opponents were my team, Brendan White, myself, Ollie Peace, and Von Vertigo. All right, who had an insane swanton straight into a super kick. There's highlight videos already out on Creation, and you loved that match, Bobby, didn't you? Confess.
I love every match on that show, but the concept of the jumpers for goalposts, the jumpers for ring post match warms my heart as a kid who used to play football and do team picking, and it was a great concept. And I know you lot all went out there not really knowing what was going on, but I had Billy Hayes next to me at the sound desk, both of us cracking up first, and then just enjoying the match second. I love everyone's kind of disregard for each other. It's like, well, we're not really teammates, so I'm just going to crash land on all of you. And then Ollie Peace poking his own teammates in the eye. That was a bit, yeah. But
yeah, he wasn't sure who was playing on his team. Maybe we should do that thing where half of us had a t-shirt and half of us didn't.
Skins and t-shirts, yeah.
Yes, right. Just do something like that. I don't know. I won. What am I complaining about? It was great. Have you ever seen a balcony dive in a wrestling show, Bobby?
Not live, and not until a couple of weeks ago.
Nico Angelo, Connor Mills, and Lee Hunter. So it was Nico doing... No, wait. Was it Nico doing a double Spanish fly on...
It was, yes.
On Lee and Mills. Okay, yeah.
Lee and Mills were fighting, It looked like Mills was going to throw Lee Hunter over the top. Then Nico, who had been a bit beaten up down in the main area, decided he was having none of it. Followed him up. He got himself in position. That double Spanish fly was insane.
It was insane. That's the word. It was indeed insane. And he ended up winning once again the main event of Creation Pro. Super fun show. Very fun experience. Long day, but it's the kind of day that it's the point of wrestling. It's what we do, right? The traveling, the getting into town, getting to wrestling in front of the crowds there. Really cool. You should definitely check out Creation. Tell me, what stood out for you that you liked and didn't? Let's bury some people.
You know what? Top to bottom, it was a really good card. I have to give Billy and forgive me, I can't remember the other booker's name, but the pair of them put on a great show. That Spanish Fly, I left the sound desk and I had the ring bell. If that match ended, I'd have had to run back to that desk, but I was not missing that Spanish Fly. And then I'm trying to even. So you had Rio and
Elijah,
great match. We've obviously had Elijah at Purpose, great stuff. Member and Northwest Strong, they just beat the crap out of each other. Great match.
Need a special mention for Nino Bryan versus Robbie X.
Oh man,
Nino's so good, and it's gonna be great to see him really develop in this year and really starting to really climb the big ladders. Right, figuratively, maybe literally, who knows? And getting more and more spotlight on him. He's having a hell of a run now. The Michael Loco match, the OGMO match at Purpose is out on YouTube. If you haven't checked it already, it would be great for you guys to have a look. This match with Creation with Robbie X is gonna come out pretty soon. Nino's the man, and I can't wait to beat him up one day.
Well, if you can catch him, I'll give you a good shot.
I can catch Nino Bryan. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Well, the trick is to hit him before and just rock him so hard that he doesn't know. He's not as fast, loses a step because his balance is a little bit off or something like that. There's one catching Nino Bryan. Everyone is beatable. You just have to figure out how.
Is that where the OJMO went wrong off the bat? He tried to go straight for the half crab and Nino wriggled out straight away.
You're telling me that the OJMO put his ego in front of his own strategy and did not devise the best strategy to defeat Nino? Yes. You're saying that the OJMO underestimated Nino and was kind of panicking with the fact that Destination Everywhere were not ringside? Yes. That's what I'm saying.
What I'm saying, actually, is go and watch it because it was insane. It was insane. Great.
Link.
And then on Sunday, go watch Creation.
Yes, I'll leave a link for that match we're talking about with Nino and the OGMO on the notes of this podcast for you guys to go and check it out. And check out Creation as well. I'm looking forward to coming back. They haven't announced the next date yet, but super fun. And then, last week, I don't even remember what happened last week. I was tired. I was very tired, right? That's what happened. It was a Monday. I was a little zombie, and I couldn't do the show. Oh, because it was after Creation. We were both very tired. We couldn't figure out a way to just come here on the podcast and do the podcast here. But yesterday, I went to Sheffield, and RevPro was in Sheffield with an incredible car. Oh, there's Biscuit. We just see on camera, just see a little chin coming in on camera, and there's Biscuit. Look at him. And yesterday I went to Sheffield. RevPro had a show in Sheffield in a new venue that they haven't run before. It was a great venue. And they knocked it out of the park. Incredible show. Really, really, really good show. And I'm looking forward to wrestle in that venue one day as well.
Who was on the...
So, the card was... See if I can remember it properly. Sunshine Machine against Pure Beef. Will Cruz and... he's gonna kill me. Blake, Powerhouse Blake. Really fun match. It's the two huge powerhouses against the best team in the country. Maybe Sunshine Machine. There, Biscuit's gone. Yeah, go. Off you go. I'll talk about this. He's gone. Gonna probably open the door for the cat. Super intense match and really fun going. Afterwards, it was Connor Mills versus Yota Tsuji. Connor's having a run of great singles matches, and this is another one really finding his step there. And Suji's great. I'm a big fan of Yota Suji. I had a chance to interact with him a little bit on in the ring. I should put some clips of that out so people can see it, because it's a really fun match there. Afterwards, because Rhea Ripley wasn't available to be on the show, it was Alex Winter against the debuting Maya Matthews, a student from Portsmouth School of Wrestling, who was having her first match there against definitely the best women's wrestler in the country, like maybe the best woman wrestler in the country, period. Great debut. She did so well. And Alex Winter is like another level. The OGMO, sorry, I apologize. Michael Oku versus Shota Umino. God, that match was great. It really was. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say about it. Let's go watch it when it comes out.
I can't wait.
And second half was, I'm missing one match. So it was Lee and Robbie X to open the second half, I believe so. And there's a ridiculous, they're so good. I was just thinking about the match. I'm like, what am I going to say here in this podcast that's going to make you like, just people like, this isn't a wrestling review podcast. Just go watch the shows when they come out. Cause like, it really was an incredible show for RevPro there. I'm missing one match. The main event was Dan Maloney and RKJ in a no disqualification match. What match am I missing? I could just check, But out of these matches so far, right? What are you most feeling the FOMO for?
Oh, Mills and Oku, their two singles matches. Those two, I don't think I've ever seen a match where neither, like just every match they have is great, both of them. And to see them kind of face off against opponents I've not seen them fight before, either of them. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And I love Sunshine Machine. So
you are a big fan of Sunshine Machine, aren't you?
Oh, yes. The best theme song in British wrestling.
Here we go again. Don't do it. You're gonna put it on everyone's minds. Don't do it.
I've just got to say it, just once.
No.
He's TK Mambo. Sunshine Machine.
No, I'm gonna speak over you. No. No.
Plus, Chuck has amazing taste in music, so I can't let a fellow Skins fan not get his props.
Matt Kurt and Dan McGee versus Lycos Jim was the other match, where Matt Kurt, who's still injured, was there, but Dan McGee basically was beaten up the entire match. So that happened.
And Kurt just rolled on the apron, I assume.
He screeched at one point when someone was coming for him to attack him. and turtled into a ball on the apron, and that happened. I hope he's getting better soon, because I got some messages from people who have some business to deal with Matt Kurt, But yeah, it was like, go ahead.
Was it those messages come from somewhere in the Midlands, didn't they?
Let's move on. Let's not. We don't go public with negotiations. And it's conversations that need to happen in private. It's like a longer drive than usual, maybe for the majority of the RevPro shows that I'm used to go, right? Especially having in mind that one of them is 20 minutes away, which is going to be this week. But like, it was like, for a show like that, it's more than worth it. And there's this really tremendous place in front of the venue, like this bowling aisle with arcade games and stuff like that. We couldn't stay yesterday, but I really want to arrange to stay and just like spend an evening of just like playing some bowling and playing some games and whatever, because it was really cool. And that's what I have the major FOMO for, is for the fact that I didn't stick around to play air hockey, which by the way is my favorite like arcade game, is air hockey, and just do some bowling and stuff. It was like, that was really cool. That was a really cool place. I need to know the name of it. Pin 7, something like that.
Do you want me to make you say you can't speak this language? Because you got one thing wrong there.
What did I say?
You said bowling aisle. It's a bowling alley.
Maybe it's a bowling aisle. You don't know. You don't know. You wasn't there. Maybe it's a bowling aisle. Bowling aisle. I am Googling bowling aisle as I speak. All right. Ailse, or however you type it. Sheffield. You don't know. It was on the outside, all right. It was just a lane 7. Lane 7. Okay, it's like it's a little outdoors, right? With one person that's on the other side, like just putting the pins back on. You know, you play a game at a time. It was really cool. No, it's not. It was super fun. We should go bowling sometimes.
I was about to say, I never want to go bowling with you because I know how competitive you are.
No, I'm actually like, it is what it is. Yes, I'm very competitive, sure, but at the end of the day, you know, you're not going to cry over spilled bowling pins. So you just try to do your best. The last time I went bowling, I was really frustrated because, like, there was no balls. I'm gonna say it, and this is gonna be horrible. There were no balls for my hand size. So, and this is gonna be a rabbit hole that I'm about to go in. So the holes for my fingers were either too close and too small, or too far away and too large. And
very much sounds like you,
and innuendos. And so I couldn't win because of that, you know. There was like, and then I looked around in like the lanes next to me, and there was no accurate balancing of balls, right? Like there was no good balls. It was horrible for me or for anyone around, except kids, right? Kids had like the small and extra small balls. They could just like ball all they want. But you're either like a giant or a kid, you were having a great time. Everyone else was throwing horribly. I consider getting that, like, you know, that thing that assists you in the throw? Right? I consider getting that and using that, because that would be better. I would have more fun playing like that than I did not being able to actual bowl properly.
An easier excuse.
Yeah, I would definitely beat you.
I'm horrible at bowling, so you probably would.
You're horrible at a lot of things.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
I don't know what that meant, but here we are. So it's been a fun couple of weeks.
I'm essentially suggesting I want to start fucking stuff up.
I got a question for you before I do my plugs.
Mm-hmm.
What was better, Creation Pro or Purpose?
I'm probably biased.
Just putting you on a spot.
I'm probably biased, but the crowd didn't like. Creation was amazing, but no, I've not seen an indie crowd react the way they did to Nino and the OJMO ever, maybe, but in a long time at least. I've never seen people hug in the front row over the result of a wrestling match.
I hadn't finished editing the show at the time that we did the last podcast, and it's a really nice watch. I know, like, it sounds like I'm about to go into plugs and whatever, but like, if you're so inclined, join our Patreon, because you will. That show is very worth the support price, and it's nothing, right? It's like $3.99. You're supporting and helping the cause, and you're getting like a great show. All the matches are gonna go on YouTube anyways, so you'll be able to see it sooner or later. But it's like, very likely the best Purpose show that we've ever done, and it's a great like 2-hour show watch, you know, together. So yeah,
start to finish, that is the best show we've done. Like, there's like others we've put on some great shows, but there's something about that show. It's like everything came together beautifully. Everything. The crowd were amazing. The performers were amazing. Everything was just amazing.
Amazing. Quickly, here's where you guys can see me in May, both contending and wrestling this weekend. The 229 on Sunday, RevPro. First Sunday of every month is when RevPro runs the 229, and I will be there contending, maybe wrestling. Who knows? We'll find out all together on Twitter throughout the week. And afterwards, it's going to be a nice month as well of Your Call on the 22nd of May. Almost sold out, so if you guys want to get your tickets, you should get your tickets now before they go, because that Your Call is going to be an incredible show, great atmosphere, a lot of people there, so it's going to be definitely very worth it. Weekend after, we have UKPW Falconwood, I think they haven't announced it yet, so apologies if I'm kind of like ruining the surprise, but it's going to happen then. And RevPro in Stevenage on the same day, RevPro in St. Neots the day after, and then in June we have the return to the 229 and Purpose Wrestling on the 10th of June. David Francisco versus Jordan Breaks will happen, and as well, Nino Bryant versus Connor Mills will happen, and more stuff that will interest you will happen, including Loser Must Disband, JJ Lynch and Rex Armstrong versus the East Series Sovereigns.
Jordan Saeed and RJ Singh, that is.
Yes. Yes.
And it's Jordan. Jordan took it maybe a step too far last time, so I'm really interested to watch JJ smash him in the face.
I'm sure you are, Bobby, because you're a sadistic freak. I'm sure.
Hey. Sometimes people just need to get what's coming to them, all right?
Is that a hint?
No. Well, no.
Thanks for keeping me company for the podcast, Bobby. I appreciate it.
No worries.
You're welcome.
See you next time.
You're welcome. Thanks very much for everyone for listening to the podcast. I'll be back here next week. All the information that is relevant is in the notes of the podcast. Check it out, and I'll talk to you next time. Cool?
Cool. Follow me, bdavies_creative.
Shut up. No, you had your time.